On today's episode,
Oh, here's my fender washers. I definitely didn't use pliers to crank on it because I got sick of cutting. Yo, we're back working on this pile. So today I'm gonna be finishing up the fuel system. So you can see I've already got the cell in place. It's mounted by these two bolts over here. And I've got this very neatly and precisely cut out. I definitely didn't use pliers to crank on it because I got sick of cutting. And I've got this hose connected already. So I'm gonna get under the car because that's where we're gonna be spending a lot of this video. So I've already got some of the hosing, the filters and the fuel pump already lined up. So you can see I've got the hose down here. So what we have to do now is get under there and run the hose from the rest of this underneath into the engine bay and onto the fuel rail, and then we have to go from the other side of the fuel rail off the fuel pressure regulator and run a line straight to the back of the car for the return line. So it should be pretty straightforward. I've actually done a lot of the hard work already. It's all been under the car. Like, there's no way that I can even like film doing it. It's dark under there. You can't see anything. I can't even see anything when I'm under there. So I'm gonna stick you guys under there for a little bit, just kind of see if anything is even watchable. But if not, I'll probably just throw the flash on and just kind of show you guys the after effect. And then once we get to the engine bay, that's when I'll set you guys up. So here's what I mean. Basically, the feed line goes right into here. I've got this cap on here because I wasn't sure if I needed to have a return line or not, but turns out I do. So I'm gonna take this cap off, and that's gonna be where our feed line goes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna run it basically straight up through here. I don't know if I can feed around back and up and in. That would be nice to try and keep it all tucked out of the way. Otherwise I might just go, kind of up here and over. And then coming off the fuel pressure regulator right here, just off this little nipple, I basically just have to go, I'm thinking, no, that's not really gonna work. I think I'm just gonna go from here underneath the intake manifold and back, because I want the two lines to run together. That way it's super easy. So I'm just gonna have that one come back here, merge and meet right here, and go down and run. I've got it mounted basically on the other side of right here. Running along the inside of the, I can't think of the name, like whatever the side skirt mounts to, the rocker. It's mounted on the inside of the rocker. Sorry for the barking in the background. You guys are probably used to it. It's literally every single time I'm outside, they let them out, so they bark the entire time I'm outside. Anyways, so I'm gonna go underneath right now. I'm gonna feed this up, and we're gonna measure it and cut it and get it attached to the fuel rail and go from there. And what I need to do for the lines up front on the fuel rail is the fuel pressure regulator, the barb on the regulator itself is too small, and it's also not a PTFE fitting. Like, it's not meant for PTFE fuel lines. It's meant for just, smaller gas silicone hoses. So that's what I have right here. So basically all I have to do is I've already got them set up right here. So on this end is a PTFE adapter. So this is what goes onto the PTFE line, and then screwed to it is a 5/16 barb, which is what the hose is. So what I need to do is get this thing run to about right here, kind of right where the firewall starts, and then we're gonna cut it and we're gonna put that adapter, and then we're gonna go to the 5/16 line that's gonna go to either end of this. So basically I need to cut both. I mean, you can see this one's pretty long, but it has to be the return line as well. And I kind of roughly laid it out to where I have kind of how much I think I need. So I think cutting at the firewall will be good. That should give me enough hose to run all the way back and then go into, I don't know if this is the fitting I'm gonna need or not, but it's gonna go into the top of the cell so that it feeds back in and then it goes down here and back to the car, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what I think I'm gonna do first is cut this line, because I'm just gonna use all this. This is only like 5 or 6 feet. So obviously this side back here is gonna be shorter than this one, because this one has about a foot and a half farther to go. So I'm gonna do this one, kind of see how far it goes to get to there, cut it, use the rest for there, and then use my PTFE adapters, see how far it goes, and then whatever hose I have left is just gonna be the return line. And hopefully I don't have to order more. So I'm thinking I can, no, I don't know if I can quite go through there. Might have to just go under right here. Actually, let me get a hose clamp first, because I want to hose clamp these just to be safe. All right. I don't really like that. It's going between two wires. I'm gonna go underneath of it instead. Go. See if I can go something like this. Might be good. And then over here, I might stop them a little bit short because I do also have my exhaust manifold that's right here that I didn't think about before I started everything. You know what? I've got my, hang on. Okay, so it's gonna be pretty far down there. So I think I'm just gonna have it go to around right here, and then I'll have it connect to the PTFE fittings, and we'll go PTFE from here down. PTFE is a lot more heat resistant than just these normal reinforced silicone hoses, so it's better for me to swap up here than it is to just try and use as much of this line as I can. So I think I'm gonna go probably cut this one about right here, and then that should give me enough from here to hopefully go around here. Maybe I'll cut this back a little bit more, but it should be good. Oh, here's my fender washers. I've been looking for those. I'm still gonna go about right here. Let's just send it, who cares? All right, now I need to get this off.
So during this clip, I guess my mic died or decided not to record any audio or something, but basically I was just telling you guys how to install a PTFE line. So here I'm just taking a little bit of tape and wrapping it around where I want to cut. Because these PTFE lines are covered in like a braided stainless steel and then wrapped in nylon on top of it, if you tape it, it'll keep all the nylon from fraying. So that's what I'm doing here. I just got basically just some big wire cutters, hose cutters, something like that. When you cut through the plastic tube on the inside, it gets a little pinched, so you just stick I'm showing you right here. Once I take the tape off, you can see it's kind of flattened, so I just take a flat blade screwdriver in there and like rotate it and wallow it out and get it rounded again. And then what you have to do is you stick your flat blade screwdriver in between the inner pipe and the stainless braided on the outside, and you get it all to pull back. And then what you do is you stick that little metal collar that's supplied between the stainless braiding and that inner hose, and then you slide the fitting over the top of it. So it's pretty easy. It seems a lot more complicated than it is, but it's really not terrible. Anyways, enjoy.
So apparently my mic died during that big install, so I'm gonna give you guys an overlay of it. But what I was about to say is it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna try and quickly work. If I can, I will give you guys an update. Otherwise, we'll just regroup. It's gonna be raining for a few days, so we'll just regroup in a few days if that's the case. But we did at least get both of these installed. Now, I haven't fully tightened down everything and tidied everything up yet because I just want to make sure it all goes into place correctly and it all works, you know. So I'm gonna run this hose to the back and see how far it reaches. I don't think it's gonna reach, which is super annoying because what I was saying is, like, this is a small car and you're telling me this kit doesn't have enough hose to do this small of a car when it's pretty far forward in the trunk too. I mean, we're going what, like 8 feet? I think it said you get like 20 feet of line, which is just, it's not enough. It really isn't, unless you're, I don't even know what car that would work for. A smart car, I guess. But anyways, I also said if you're planning on buying something from Evil Energy, don't. Just spend the extra money. The fittings seem like they're okay, but I also did some research and you can find them on Alibaba for like half the price. It's the exact same thing. Lines are the same way. It's probably all this stuff you can get elsewhere. So save your money, even though this kit was like under 400 bucks and it will probably work. The amount of pain in the ass that I've had already and like the complete kit not being a complete kit is pretty annoying. So anyways, that's my spiel. Okay, it is just about to get dark, but I wanted to update you guys real quick. I got the other fuel line in and I realized you guys may have noticed earlier in the video, but I actually put the hoses on wrong. I had the extra, which was supposed to be the return line, coming off of this hose, which is actually the feed line, because the return comes off the fuel pressure regulator, goes back here. So I had the lines mixed up. I got them fixed. I got the newer line in. I got a 16-foot one that should be plenty. I've got all of it bunched up down here. And so I got these all switched and tightened, and you can see I got these neat little, they're called separators, but they also, I'll show you guys up here. So they're these little 3D printed separators that I got specifically for the Dash 6AN lines, and it comes with the hardware, so it feeds through there. And what you can do is, if you have sheet metal, you can feed it through and then just nylock it on the other side. But what I've been doing, I say been doing, I've done one, is I found out it's actually the exact same thread pitch as the rib nuts that I've been using on everything else on this car. So what I did was actually just rib nut on the firewall right down here, and then that provided hardware fit perfectly, and it's super clean, super easy to access. So I was able to tuck these lines out of the way. And if you guys were wondering, I've got the headers here obviously and the fuel lines. These are anti-static PTFE and they're extremely heat resistant, so I shouldn't have any issues with the exhaust being there, but only time will tell. If it ends up being an issue, I can reroute them to the driver's side. I just didn't really think about it when I was making it, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But that's really all I have time for right now. I just got the stuff in and I just wanted to make sure it was all gonna work. And it looks like it is, thankfully. I shouldn't have to order anything else for the fuel system. The kit that I actually got, I had to get a kit because for some reason a 16-foot fuel line kit with 10 fittings was cheaper than just buying 16 feet of fuel hose. So I've got more adapters that I probably won't use, but I might. So I guess it's not terrible to have it if for whatever reason I find I have routing issues, like maybe they're going to come in contact with things that I haven't installed on the car yet, like the exhaust, some other things underneath. I don't exactly know what yet, but it never hurts to have extra parts. So I guess I'll just keep them on the back burner for now. But yeah, I think that's about it for right now. So it was a super busy day today. I didn't have any time to work on this thing. I literally have about 15-20 minutes. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow if the rain holds out. If it does, I'm going to come home straight from work and get started on wrapping up the rest of this fuel kit. I'm going to put you guys underneath the car with me and hopefully you'll be able to see things. I'm going to turn on the flash on the camera, so it should hopefully work. But we're going to go underneath. We got a couple more rib nuts we got to do. We've got to put all of these clamps in. They came in a 5-pack and I got 2 of them. I don't think I'm going to need all 10, but I didn't think 5 was going to be enough. I'm looking along the car. I'm thinking probably about 5 or 6 more in addition to the one that I have right here should be about perfect to get everything neatly tucked out of the way and easily serviceable. And then what I want to do is go through and take out all of the bolts for the rib nuts that I have and throw a little bit of Loctite on them, because most of the rib nuts that I have are too like tied to the chassis, and I'm afraid that it might vibrate too much, and I don't want it to vibrate loose and have a fuel line pop out and potentially, you know, pop off of the pump or something like that and explode. It shouldn't. Everything should be very, very solid, but as of right now, I haven't even put the bolts in, so I might as well throw some Loctite on them and put it in and just give myself some insurance. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's hard to film down here, filming my work. But as you guys can see, I've got the fuel lines going from up there from the engine bay down. I've got one of the brackets right here. Ugh, excuse my groaning. Got another one right here. Another one right here. Going into this fuel filter, which I think is the 10 micron fuel filter, the smaller one. Then the lines are going up to another bracket right here. This one's nice and tight and out of the way. This is the return line, and then this is the sender line. So now all I have to do is, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna try and zoom in. So basically right where I'm zoomed in, I'm just gonna tie those 2 lines together, probably with a zip tie or something like that. And then they just need to go up there, back up into the fuel cell to the top of the cell for the return line. And then that's gonna be pretty much it for the fuel system. I need to tighten up all these things, but as you can see, I'm pretty cramped down here. So I will just let you guys know when I'm finished. All right, I just finished wrapping up the fuel cell. I haven't done the electrical yet, but that's because I am waiting to do a whole video on all the wiring, because obviously I still have a ton of spaghetti in here, but not much. But I'm trying to get these videos more organized and just doing kind of like one thing in each video. So that's why today is just going to be all the lines and everything like that. But I got return line mounted. Everything is all tight now. So this line goes down here. This sending line is this black one. This blue is just a cap. So let's go underneath. Oh, Lord have mercy. Be glad to not do this anymore. And I think I did a pretty clean job not looking at the cut, but we got the lines going down here. So the sending line goes into the 100 micron filter, into the pump, into the line, back to the 10 micron filter that I showed you guys earlier. I got these lines neatly tucked up out of the way. It's not gonna hit the suspension, it's not gonna hit the sway bar, not gonna hit anything. I got everything all nice and tight, I hope. Unfortunately, there's really only one way to tell, and that's putting fuel in this thing and firing it up, which I'm sure will happen, but it looks good for now. I do still have like this brace, which is, I mean, it's aluminum and weighs like a gram, so I don't know how much it'll do. This thing feels pretty stable as it is, but I need to have a little rubber spacer under here and get this last mount, but all the other 3 are done. So I'm gonna call the fuel system good and done. And that's also gonna wrap up this video. I really hope you guys enjoy watching and learn along with me, because I didn't know how to do any of this stuff before I got this car. I'm just diving in head on. And maybe some of you guys are too. That's why you watch the video. So I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks. I love you. Bye.